Hey everybody, Kane here, and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. In this one, we have Crisis Prophecy. So, I have passed stage 60. Yes, this is actually a pretty insane difficulty event if you don't have specific things. So, for me, I literally brute force this particular event without having particular graders who literally just break this particular stage, event rather, to the point that you could just easily max this particular event out if you just had that stuff. So, we're going to talk about what you require to pretty much optimize what I had done, and then we're going to talk about what you would require to actually pass this pretty easy without requiring to optimize everything. So, first things first, I have tier 20 archers. My archers have 811 million attack. I do have cosmic over 50, I think it's 56, so this attack value can actually be a tad bit higher. In terms of stats, I have 7.3 attack speed, I have close to 700 critical damage, and I do believe from the Covenant I have about 25%, yeah, 25% magic damage. Aside from that, I also am using Verm, and I did put Covenant on it, so I am granting my archers who are fighting the boss about 2.5, 5% damage bonus, so they would do a tad bit more. Aside from that, I will also be using Turtle. Yes, I'm literally just maximizing any buffs that I could possibly get to actually be able to do damage to the boss. Aside from that, Reliquary. So, Reliquary, I do have this particular one, which grants a little bit more attack. I have the magic one, which grants magic damage to troops. I tried this particular one in many stages. For Sylvani archers, this does not pose a huge value. This one does a lot more, at least in my own case. Then, of course, this sometimes might help you out a bit. Aside from that, we would want the crit damage, but I am not actually able to adjust this. I still have 1 day, so we're gonna skip that for now. We require initiative to actually do more damage in the very beginning, attack speed, and then, of course, attack speed. Aside from that, we would do more damage if we would have literature 18. Enemies take 30% more damage. This is pretty significant for many events as well. Then we have this. So I've tried my hardest with this particular one. Yes, it can help you out. In some cases, I did one-shot the boss as well, but pretty much it would require this, 2 random friendly range troops, pretty much the 2 front row Sylvani archers to actually get this buff, and those archers being morale boosted, and only then you would actually one-shot the level 60 boss, but sometimes it still spawns tentacles. So I went on ahead and tried the Rhino Warhammer. I did the 2 random locations, 75% plus 80, and I actually managed to beat stage 60 with this particular one. So I'm not sure if this is the best one for events, but I actually managed to brute force stage 60 with this particular one. So aside from that, we kind of require a dragon, but the thing about the dragon is if you do not have greater abilities. So if you do not have greater abilities, you are going to require the Blessed Fated Strike. And there is no exception. You're going to require 50% more damage, and then you're going to require 20% more damage to Overlord units. Now, the thing about the greater abilities, not many people have it on their dragons. However, there are greater abilities like Draconic's Blessing. So if we go on to any random dragon to just show you one of the, I guess, basic examples, because I did a little bit of research, so we're not going to have to look for forever. Do you believe this guy has the Draconic Blessing? pretty much this ability, the same like Nightfire, right? So in Nightfire, you require Aura Blast, and then you do tons of damage to the boss. In this particular one, you require the Draconic Blessings, or and you require the Paywall Greater ability, which also buffs the archers. If you get both of these, in terms of Draconic Blessings and the Paywall Archer ability, you pass stage 100 pretty easily. From what I know, many people would pass it even with human archers, Lich Warlocks, and Sylvani Archers. Sylvani Archers are actually the easiest, or the ones that do the most damage if you don't have these abilities. So essentially, if you get one of them, a particular other one or so, you're just gonna do a lot more damage. Unfortunately, I don't have them. I don't have a replay with me to show, but pretty much that is what people say and what people have done and even swap into just to do this particular event. So that is pretty much the crucial thing to actually bypass this event. Aside from that, pretty specific, you require Command 2 to see in the YIP already with it, Command 6, and Command 10. Aside from that, we're going to require specific stuff. So my Avalon has the morale boost sword. He has the new artifact 5-star, but I'm not even sure if this actually is helpful. I mean, it's just a straight up damage bonus, so I just went with it. I have the Warhorn Exalted level 10. In terms of Prism, Arcane Radiant 11. Aside from that, I am using Virion for the sake of morale boosting. Yes, I do have Badge of Light 2-star, so morale boost lasts a little bit longer, and of course increases, or rather does a morale boost of 2 nearby archers. So pretty much every single time I enter the battle, 2 to 4 archers enter morale boost, and if those are the ones that you tag to the boss, you do a ton more damage. So specifically, this particular hero actually can help events where you're able to place multiple heroes. And on him, I have Powder Prep as the second Prism Array. Aside from that, we have to go to Yip. My Yip has the tag, has the Sage set to reduce the cooldowns, Seraphic Ring, Tailwind +1 is important, Mirror is important, and of course, Guardian level 14 Exalted. A ton of stats on the archers. Abilities, Tailwind +10. Aside from that, I also have Sprig, which has Tempering Charm, +1 to Bow Mastery, and of course, Rapid Strike. Abilities, Bow Mastery 10. Yes, I can actually upgrade potential, but that's gonna be like 14%. I don't even know if that's gonna help me out a lot or no. But pretty much that is what I have. My archers are pretty decked. Literally, I tried every single buff to the point that I even had the thing from the events. I even forgot the name of it. A thing like this particular one didn't help me out. I've tried every single buff. I moved a ton of stuff. Pretty much stage 60 without those greater abilities was the max for me. So let's hop onto the battle. So we are now in the replay. So what you see here is I am placing a formation where I have Avalon buffing pretty much a lot of archers, but the main thing is that he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sylvani archers straight up running into the boss if you just tag the boss. Now many people, and I even tried it multiple times, make a formation where 1, 2, 3, 4 archer squads would be tagged on the boss. I mean, that's good and all, and you could have Avalon buffing a lot of archers, but they don't tend to actually perform that well. At the very least, I was not reliably one-shotting the boss. So with this particular one, I started more reliably one-shotting the boss, so I just sticked with it. So in terms of the battle, you see a buff from the turtle. Yes, my turtle is in the bottom right corner, which unfortunately I cannot really show right now. And the Verm is kind of an important part in my own case in terms of just brute forcing. Pretty much, he will fire a beam into this squad. This squad will get stunned, and these archers are going to walk forward. Now, if you don't have this, a lot of the times this particular archer squad will just attack this and will avoid being tagged on the boss. Not always, but many times, let alone this one. So this one kind of makes it so you're a little bit more secured in terms of having more archers attack the boss. So of course, without further ado, we have 2 yips in the very middle as well. And of course, this video was like 30 minutes long. So if you don't drop a like on this video, man, I'm gonna be pretty sad. So we tag pretty much before literally any damage was being dished out. So 1 second, we have to, let's go back 10 seconds. So again, we do it, literally we tagged it before any archers even managed to move. This is incredibly important. Like, if you don't do this, you're not going to be able to kill the boss. So be aware that you have to do it like this. So we click it, it's 3 XP, the boss disappears in 1.5 seconds, didn't spawn any tentacles. And this is literally the only time the tentacles did not spawn in like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half of me testing multiple things, equipments, formations, buffs, armory stuff, reliquary, insane amount of stuff. And yeah, it took a while. But I cleared it. I'm currently rank 1 without the Dragon Greater ability. So, I mean, I'm pretty much making this video, and if somebody else would actually do it, and seeing this video, I'm probably just losing my ranking as of that. But there are people who actually have those graters, but don't know that they need to use them to beat the stages pretty easily. Again, you don't necessarily require the Blessed Fated Strike if you do have the blessings. Yes, the Fated Strike will add more stages to what you can clear. Yes, Draconic Blessings will add more, but if you have 2 of those blessings that buff archers, you don't really need that much else. If you have 1, you might want to do it on Event Dragon with that greater ability with other buffs, and you're gonna just blast through this particular event. But yeah, that is what I kind of gathered. Hopefully you found it useful. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. As well as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. In return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe out there.